What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Kevin Katana. All right, today is Thursday, so tomorrow here in Georgia, we are going to be under a shelter, safe zone, whatever. So we're not allowed to leave our house for the next 2 weeks. So, a lot of people are going to be stuck inside, and it's just going to be crazy. But me, I still have to work. I still will have to go to work because I work in what they call essential kind of job, where that I'm out, at a warehouse that provide parts for tractor trailer trucks and also for emergency vehicles. So they deem us essential to this whole crisis, and that we need to still keep up and running. But some of my hours did get cut because lack of some of orders, but we will still be working most of the hours and stuff like that, and which is, I'm grateful, because I'll still be able to get a paycheck and still be able to pay my bills even through this whole 2 week shelter thing. So I kind of hate it, but in a way I am grateful. It's just, I don't know what the percentage is, either one, but I'm just glad that I can still provide for my family and still work. And I feel bad for those who can't work, and hope, I pray for y'all and pray for the people at the hospitals and different things like that. But what I want to talk about is this, okay? I want to talk about buying a bike through this whole pandemic. Okay, so I want to say this and not be like a butthole or a-hole or whatever, but this is almost would be the perfect time to buy a bike. Now hear me out. I know that this might be insensitive. I know that me saying this could seem like it's really an effed up thing to do, but hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Now, people got their taxes and things like that, and we're supposed to get this stimulus check within another week or so, and I am not going to count on it, but if I get it, that'd be awesome. But a lot of people, hopefully you use this stimulus check and whatever money you have to pay your bills. Always pay your bills, no matter what it is. I don't care if the new bike comes out and you're $2,000 short. Pay the bills. Pay the bills. So, make sure you take care of your responsibilities. Always take care of your responsibilities. But if you got your bills paid and you have extra money and you're in a market to buy a bike, this is what you should do. First of all, now again, this is what I would do, and this is just me. But if I would not go to a brand new bike dealership. I mean, if you have the money and that's what you're dead set on, is buying a brand new bike, then that is fine, great. But me, I'm what you call a baller on a budget. I don't have the money to go buy new bikes. I love my bike that I have, and I've had many bikes, and what I've been known for is to find good deals. Everybody, you ask anybody about me, the first thing they say is, hey, that man can find some good deals. And I can find good deals. And I'm going to start telling you how I find the good deals, because a lot of times a lot of people try to pump your head up that you gotta go get a new bike, you gotta pay all this money, you gotta pay that money. Don't do none of that stuff, okay? Listen to what I have to say, because I'm the type of person that if I'm going to tell you something, I'm going to tell you something that I did myself or that I would do. So if you're in the market to buy a new bike, okay, first of all, the bike scene is going to be very it's going to affect us. This whole pandemic is going to affect the bike industry for money wise and things like that, from bike dealerships to bike manufacturers to buying bike parts, because when you want to buy parts for your bike, it might take longer, or I'm seeing people now charge more to ship parts to you now, and it's crazy. But it is what it is, you know? Like for instance, I wear the helmet covers, and normally I get them from eBay, and they cost about like 30 bucks or something like that, and like $10 shipping. Now it's like freaking $40 shipping. So I'm gonna lay off buying helmet covers for a while until the shipping price goes down. But if you want to buy a bike, and I'm gonna say it like this: if you want to buy a bike, this would be the perfect opportunity to buy a bike within the next 2 weeks, even to 3 weeks, maybe the next month. What happens is this, okay? You want to buy a bike, either you want to upgrade or this is your first bike. Now, while you're stuck inside, this is the perfect opportunity to start shopping for your bike. Start looking. If you have a bike in mind, the first thing you do is start doing research. You look at the pros and cons of having a bike. You look if there's any recalls, if there's any issues with those bikes, if many people talked about this bike. Do your research, and this is a perfect opportunity because you can do all this stuff online. So once you do the research, once you find out, I want this bike, okay, cool. Next thing you do is you start to go to eBay, go to Craigslist, go to Facebook Marketplace. If you do not know, Facebook has a thing where you can go and add yourself to groups that people sell stuff. And a lot of times there's some that sell motorcycles. That sell motorcycles and stuff. Like one time I bought a 2009 R1 for $1,000. And it had like 9,000 miles, which is gonna ruin your chances later on to get that bike. So I would say, you know, if you, whatever the price of bike they're asking for, try and knock off, you know, 800 bucks. And then maybe down the line another week, you know, knock off, you know, 500 bucks. You know, just try to, you know, ask, you know, what they would take, negotiate with them to a point that you won't disrespect them. So, you know, these times that we're going through is we've never gone through. And things like I'm doing now, I'm just trying to tell you, if I was gonna buy a bike, this is the perfect opportunity. Now that means that the money that you have saved up for your bike, make sure you keep that money. Take that money and give it to somebody to hold for you. You know, because always what happens is when you have money to buy something, always something comes up. But, you know, and especially this situation, something might come up. So I would suggest you put that money to the side and don't touch it. Because if that person comes to you and says, fine, I'll take $2,500 for it, you got to make sure you have that money on deck. You got to make sure you have it on hand. So just be conscious of what you're spending and make sure you pay your bills, but use this situation to your advantage. And I know it sucks that saying that using this kind of pandemic for an advantage, but in the same sense, people has been taking advantage of a lot of people over the years of overpriced bikes, especially during the summertime and the springtime. So, you know, it's kind of like saying, you know, this is your opportunity to make it even. But, you know, again, you know, the people who are selling their bikes most likely are doing two things. Well, three things. They're selling their bikes. One, they might be getting married, having a baby, the normal. Two, they might be, you know, upgrading. And so for them to get the bike they want, they might need, you know, whatever money to put the down payment on the bike. And so they might be a little desperate, saying, man, look, fine, I'll take $2,500 because I want to go buy this R1 over here. So, you know, you can somehow get a good deal by just, you know, going and asking these people and talking to these people and stuff like that, you know. And another tip that I've done to get a cheap bike, and I'm gonna be honest with you, some bikes I buy, you know, I'm gonna turn around and flip, and sometimes I kind of like pull on people's heartstrings a little bit. Not say heartstrings, but I would say something like, if I'm gonna go buy a bike, right, I would tell somebody like, man, my woman wants to ride, and she's never rode a bike, and I just, I want her to ride with me. Is there a way you can kind of knock off a little, like $200-300? And a lot of times it's worked for me. Or I'll tell somebody that, I wrecked my old bike. Yeah, I lied. Okay. Hell, I lied. But still, I still got good deals by lying. But, it's just how I do things to get good deals. And you have to ask yourself, what do you want? Do you want the good deal? Or you want to pay more than you should pay? That's what you have to ask yourself, And most of the time I buy used bikes, because, if I had the money, yes, of course I would go buy a new bike. But I'm not going to put my family in a financial strain just because I want a new bike. I'm just as happy with what I have. But just remember, whatever bike you choose to buy, make sure you do the research. Make sure that you do your due diligence on the maintenance and all those stuff like that. And hopefully soon I'll start up riding again, because my bike is still in the shop waiting the clutch to get fixed. But, I'm going to start doing some different things on my channel and doing my interview thing. But I just wanted to kind of let y'all know that during this time, we want you to be safe. Stay inside, do what they tell you to do and stuff like that, because, at the end of the day, this is all for safety. And make sure that you're heeding these warnings, because if you're a conspiracy theorist and you don't think it's real, whatever you do, if you don't think it's real, then you don't think it's real. But at least still take the precaution, because it's not going to hurt you. And and going out here and riding and stuff like that, I know the roads are open. But the thing is that when people start riding crazy with these roads, especially open, it's going to cause more deaths. So y'all just take it easy out there and just stay inside. This is the perfect opportunity. I hate people when they do that. Really? Really? You have to honk? You have to honk? Really? Oh, man. Anyway, this is also a perfect opportunity too, is to start working on your bike and doing the maintenance on it. So with that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Gotta get to work tomorrow, and y'all just be safe out there. Peace.